This video is going to be all over the place because I'm recording it while I'm driving. And I'm driving in the city right now, but it's too important for me to not record, so I'll pay attention to driving, and if I'm not looking at the camera, so be it. But today is a new day, not just, literally speaking. It's a new day, but I'll get to why. But today is literally not New Year's Day, but last night was New Life's Eve, and today is New Life Day. I get to really be me. I really finally do get to be the real me. Okay, everyone knows, like, back in November, I started putting out videos about We Are the Light in the Dark and stuff like that, and talking about I had a spiritual experience 20 years ago, and then something happened a year and a half ago that had it all and brought it all back. Well, that's all true. And for a while there, I had to worry about court, so I couldn't talk about it, and I didn't want to make myself look crazy because they were watching my videos and all that kind of stuff and talking about me, making me seem weird and stupid because I'm a master level Reiki hand healer. So, and then in the court, they're like, so you can heal people? It says here that you're into healing, and they made it seem like it was funny. Like, it's not funny. It's not a joke. Like, you look on YouTube right now, look up lucid dreaming and astral projecting and all this consciousness stuff. And some people look at that stuff and say it's just a bunch of crap. But some people will know that it can't be. It isn't, of course, it isn't. But, like, just even beyond the shadow of a doubt, like, if you had, like, all these doubts in your mind, you have to know that it can't be a bunch of crap. But anyway, I'm going to go way deeper into those subjects, but today's an important day, and this video is more or less about it's New Life Day, because back in November when that happened, the universe itself caused things to happen in a certain way so that I wouldn't do the wrong thing. I asked to make sure it guides me in the right way, and it does. It always does, and now it's why I have the time to do this, and I feel so good about it because I'm doing the right thing right now. Anyway, so back in November, I put a couple of those things out, and I started talking about stuff. I started putting personal videos out about my kids and being all sad and stuff, and I was just recreating more of those things. But on top of that, I was also exposing myself and putting myself at risk in ways that I don't need to. So I needed to get at least a routine of interaction with my kids, which now, through all this stuff, I took the psychiatric evaluation. I'm actually very intelligent, and there was nothing wrong. So she settled outside of court, sort of duped me into signing a thing that I thought was supposed to be every week, but it's every other week, and whatever. And people are like, well, you should fight for it, and you should fight for it. I'm not going to fight for it, because you know what? You don't win your children back on paper. You do it in person. And I don't know how they decided to go so astray, but when you spend enough time with people that don't do much and don't have many goals in life, and then you start trying to get your kids to have some goals when you're a goal-oriented person, it seems stressful, and it's hard. I understand why things went the way they went. So anyway, in November, my mom and dad decided they were going to help my brother Mike out. We started watching and spending time with Jacob, who stayed with us until yesterday. And Jacob is awesome. Jacob's my 3-year-old nephew, and I love him. I got to spend so much extra time with him. And he's the kind of kid that when you're not... Okay, when I wasn't working, I went out to my mom and dad's house to spend time with Jacob and help them out with Jacob. Well, if you're there and he's awake, you don't have any time to yourself. Like, I didn't get to work on any of my stuff. I didn't get to work on anything. If I went down in where my studio stuff is, he'd come and he'd want to touch it. If I said no, he'd cry and get attention and cry and make a big deal and fuss and whatever. So instead of making it, so I could have been like, go with Grandma and Papa and I want to work on stuff. And then he'd just be crying upstairs and that's all I'd hear. So it was like, it didn't work. So I couldn't work on anything. So I could not put out anything. Like, when I wanted to, my psychiatric evaluation, I decided I'm not going to lie about anything that happened. I'm actually going to get really into my spirituality. I'm going to really get deep. I'm going to meditate spiritually for, like, real heavy for the week before I go. And then I'm going to, I'm going to go there. I'm going to, like, really be deep. And I'm going to show them what I mean. And then because all that stuff that happened, I sort of had to stay in Uncle Dan mode. So I didn't have time to meditate. I didn't have time to do those things. And it actually worked out for the better. Because that would have just made me expose myself and risk myself in a world of a court system that is so flawed. I mean, every system is flawed. Everything that is right is flawed. Everything that is wrong is flawed. There's nothing in the world that isn't flawed. And that's okay. Imperfections make things exciting or give us chances to perfect them, right? So Like I said, light's going to change a lot because I'm driving. I'm just so excited because today I actually have time to work on my stuff. This first video since November. I haven't recorded or put anything out really since November. Those other videos were videos that I had shot before, or things that were coming from a personal space because I didn't have time. There's ways to meditate, and it's weird to have heard the old Dan talk about stuff like this. There's ways to meditate to just clear your mind and keep your personal business in order. Keep your dad, your son, you're working, you're doing your things. And then there's a way to shed your ego and let yourself let go and let yourself relax. That's where you heal, and that's where you make new goals and set new things to manifest, those kind of things. And then there's a way to meditate where you can transcend all that into the one and become that. And I've learned ways to do it. And by saying that, I don't care that before I would have thought somebody says that's goofy. I'm not at all. And I realized that everyone who said that, it was just my opinion. Everything that I've ever seen in life was either my opinion, or the things that I thought were facts were things that I was told by other people that I had kept as fact, but it was really just an opinion from someone along the line. But anyway, that's another story. So I have so much to share with people. Lots of workouts and exercises for your body, ways to keep yourself mentally in shape, ways, like new inventions from the future, all kinds of weird stuff that sounds odd, but is too good to be true. But what's awesome is it's true, and it's not too good, because we're going to do even better. Now that these things are possible, we're going to do even better. These new things aren't new. It's just people are starting to talk about it because they know they're real, and you can't just let them go. Once you've had these experiences, you can't just let them go. You can't just be like, okay, now I'm going to go back to acting like my job matters, that I need money to be happy, when I can smile right now, whether I have money or no money. And I don't have to worry about if I have money coming or if I lost money. I just smile and know that I'm alive. And that's really the deep down mystery to it all, is that you're here to experience it and love life and not get misled. So anyway, this video was really not for any purpose, but other to say that now is when it starts. When I said, are you guys ready for changes? That's what I meant. And like, I know I'm in my truck. This is no big kind of scene or scenario, or I'm not putting any money into the productions of these things, because we'll do all that. But what matters is that the truth is the truth, and people need to know it. And it's not an opinional truth. It's not like, this is what I think. It's what I know, and it's what I'll share with people, and they can take it for what it is, and they can work with what I say, believe what I say, make fun of me all they want. It's the only thing I have to live for now. I have my goal in life. There's nothing else for me to do besides study consciousness, study God, source, universe. That's the important thing. I know it now, so I can help people understand. I can heal people. Everyone can. And we have to start believing we can in order to do it. And once you start believing you can, you start getting signs of doing it until you start doing it. And you're like, whoa, this was always possible? How did I not know this? Why didn't anybody tell me this? Because they didn't know. There is no real conspiracy. They don't know. They think they know some deep stuff, but that's just their own little concepts they made up that mean something to them. And it's nothing. Whatever conspiracy you think there is a conspiracy you're feeding yourself, along with whatever they might have. Your conspiracy can go along with what they may be doing, but it really doesn't mean anything. If you weren't here in this country, our country's conspiracies would mean nothing. If you weren't in your family, your sister's day at work wouldn't mean nothing. Your wife's, day at home wouldn't mean nothing. And nothing wouldn't matter. It's all circumstantial, and you have to start understanding that. And don't blame people for who they are. It's where they're coming from. So, with that being said, that's all. And I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.